So before you answer,
yes,
our research team found out the following Republicans who have been labeled as fascists or Hitler. All right, here you go: Nixon, Ford, Reagan, Bush, Romney, Paul Ryan, and Donald Trump.
Yeah, but if you listen to Democrats on the House floor, they have named every Republican this. It's desperation. I mean, when you listen to the Hillary Clinton, it seems like she never got over losing the presidency. She's angry. She'll always go the other side. She's known to do this, but this is real desperation. I mean, the key parts I would look at today: Kamala Harris has spent $1 billion, and nobody can tell me the three things she would do if she was elected president. She can't answer that question. You've got the swing states that are key for whoever will win the presidency, the Wisconsins, the Pennsylvanias. Those incumbent Democrat senators are running ads with Trump, not against him, but hugging him. That's a bad sign for her. And then if you watch these polls, if you compare them to where we were 4 years ago, even the New York Times poll, I think it had probably Biden up 8 as today. It's tied. The Fox poll has Trump winning the national vote. And then you have President Trump coming to Madison Square Garden. What Republican could do that and sell it out in 3 hours? He just came from California, big crowd. And if you look at Kamala Harris's during the convention, it was joy. It was happiness. I see none of that in her face.
Joy's gone out the window.
Yeah, that's a bad sign for her. I mean, you see it in their body language. You see it in the articles, the infighting. Who are they going to blame? That's just the body language we read, but all these polls are tight. We know before they have been wrong, so what do we see at the end of the day? It's whoever gets the low propensity voters out is going to win.
So you were former Speaker of the House. I know you pay a lot of attention to that. And for a while, the Democrats, I would say like 8 weeks ago, the Democrats were like, wow, we could actually win back the majority, but now they're singing a different tune. In Axios today, House Dems' anxiety spikes over November 5th, and this quote: House Democrats in battleground districts feel much better than the top of the ticket. One House Democrat told us. Everyone feels like they are outperforming Vice President Kamala Harris.
Well, that is true. If you look at polls today, President Trump is outperforming the Republicans running for Congress. But you look at districts that he lost, and there are 16 districts that Republicans sit in that Biden carried. And what I'm finding is Trump's numbers are better. Ones that he lost are now tied or he's ahead. That should lift everybody's boat, but those Republican candidates haven't really got there yet. Democrats in the Congress have much more money than they've had before. They're utilizing it. But I think in these last 7 days, that's usually when it starts to move. I think if someone goes in and votes for President Trump, they're definitely going to try to help make sure the Democrats don't just come in and want to impeach him and not let him govern.
Yeah, I think the point you make about these Democratic senators in the Great Lakes states.
Wisconsin, Pennsylvania.
Wisconsin and Michigan. Was it Michigan too, or was it just Bob
Michigan's
Casey
an open seat. That's Slotkin,
Yeah.
who was a congresswoman who's running.
But I'm talking about the ads they're running that link them to Trump's policies. That's
Baldwin and
That's
Casey.
an extraordinary closing argument for them.
They're bragging that Trump signed their bill. They're bragging that they voted with Trump. Now, could you imagine if Wisconsin, that Joe Biden only won it by 20,000 votes, but in the polling would say he was up 6% today, and he only ended up winning by 20,000, and your incumbent senator who's running in the same entire state is hugging your opponent? That's not working together, and they're seeing something in their polls. And remember, in Michigan, Slotkin, who's running for Senate, she's been yelling for a long time, almost 3 weeks ago, that Kamala Harris is not strong in Michigan.
Right.
Now, here are the numbers from 4 years ago. Wisconsin was 20,000.
Yes.
Pennsylvania was 81.
Yep.
Michigan was 154.
The other
out of millions of votes cast.
Well, remember this. More than 150 million votes cast. 48,918 people determined who won the presidency. But also think of this. There is a Green Party candidate on the ballot, which Democrats didn't have before.
I've been thinking about this all week. I'm like, should bring this up. Jill Stein is like, actually Gutfeld had a great line last night. He said that instead of having any political signs in his yard, he has Jill Stein signs because it makes Democrats more mad than a Trump sign because they think that she's the reason Hillary Clinton didn't become president.
They just, what they normally do, when you bring Bruce Springsteen out, it's usually in Philadelphia, they brought him to Georgia. Georgia has not had a Green Party ticket on there since 1992. That makes a difference when you're talking like you did, the 20,000, the 80,000, the 100,000. And you know, in Michigan, the whole debate in the Middle East, Biden had more than 100,000 people vote against him in the primary, in the Democratic primary, mad at his policies there. Where are they going today? She's done nothing to bring people home.
We'll see what happens. 11 days. Right, Perino?
Oh, yeah.
That's what the calendar says. Thank you, Kevin McCarthy, former
Thank
speaker.
you.
Thank you. Nice to have you here. I want to get